What's up, what's up there, guys? This is Dibalen Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs football channel, of course. If you are new, let us hit on the subscribe button. It's very good to hit on the subscribe button. Let us hit on the subscribe button if you are new. If you have been there with us, let us turn on the notification button. Notification button helps us, to get the videos easily. Whenever there's an upload, it gives you a notification, so you don't have to struggle and go and search and all that. So let us do that, and let's have fun. Let us like and let us comment. Let's have fun in the comments. We're doing a review, Kaizer Chiefs versus TS Galaxy. A very disappointing one, but yeah, let us get on to it. Before we do that, let us check how the team, how the lineup was. In the back was Akpe, right back Muliko. Note the return of Muliko. I think it's gonna be good for us. Center back Mato on the right side. On the left side of the center back was Cardoso. The left back is Philani Zulu. I had problems with Philani Zulu, but it's fine. We note the fact that Mato is back. Mato is our senior defender. Mato is our senior defender. Has been there with us. Has been there in the PSL, more experience, and their combination with Cardoso is far better. It's more trusted. Myself, I trust them better than the games we played with Ngezana and Ramasham Pashe. So the return of Mato, I think, to me, is a huge positive. And as much as TS Galaxy could break into the team, into the defense, could stretch our defense and all that, but I was more comfortable with Mato there. I was more comfortable, and I think for his return, for his first game, he did a very decent job. And judging from the fact that we didn't concede, as much as we had a penalty, we considered a penalty, we didn't concede goals. So it's good for us. It didn't finish the whole 90 minutes. It's understandable. It's very understandable. I hope it was not because of injuries. It's just because of his gas, just because of his energies, because of the fact that he just returned. In the midfield, there was Blom and Katsand. And then on the side, on the right side, we had right side of attack, we had Manyama, left side Ngobo, and then strikers was Billiard and Bernard Parker. And when you look at this lineup, when you check this lineup, the first thing that I asked myself was, okay, the first thing that I noted was the return of Muliko and the return of Mato. Very positive for us. We go to the midfield, there's two defensive midfielders. I then asked myself, why do we, against TS Galaxy, why should we play two defensive midfielders? Who's going to be the progressor of the ball? Who's going to take the ball forward? Who's going to make the team to play? Because Blom, as much as he's comfortable on the ball, but he's not a ball progressor. He's a natural defender. He used to play right back and center back, and he's being, sort of converted, or sort of we are trying to fit him into the midfield because he's comfortable on the ball. He's not a ball progressor. He's not a guy who's gonna spread the passes and make the team play. Then you have Katsande, who's very poor. To me, Katsande, it's a no. I would have preferred him against Orlando Pirates, maybe because of his experience and all that. But against TS Galaxy, I didn't understand why Katsande is playing. And we saw. I said I'm gonna give them a chance, but we saw. And then another thing that I noted was Parker playing as a striker. Yes, I had issues with Castro, his energy and everything, but the question is, when last did Parker play as a striker for Kaizer Chiefs? That's the first question that I asked myself. And why do we think it can be better now? He's 30-something, 35, 36. Very old. He's a very old guy. And I recalled that the last time Parker played as a striker was the time Jan van Riebeeck was still alive in South Africa. It's the time when when King Yinza was still alive. That's the last time Parker was playing as a striker. Now he's brought into the team as a striker. And I asked myself, what's going to happen? He's not good in his physique, not good on air. He can't shoot. His energy is not even that much. So I asked myself, why are we playing a guy who the last time he played as a striker, we had Mandela as a president? But it's fine. That's what the coach chose. And we saw what happened. We saw what happened with Park. It's just not there. Then let's go to our four negatives. And I have four negatives, and I have how many positives? 3 positives in this game. It's a very frustrating one. I don't know if you watched the game, but to me it was a very frustrating one. The first negative is the senior players, especially Katsande, Parker and Manyama. Very poor. Very poor. Katsane, very poor. Very poor. Out of position all the time. Katsane, as much as he's been playing central midfield, defensive midfield, out of position most of the time. Because him and Blom, they keep on clashing. They don't know who must go forward, must go mark forward, who must sit back. Who must be the progressor of the game of the ball, who must just sit back and mark and all that. Katsane can't cover for right back, can't cover for left back. Saw him up the pitch, trying to mark up the pitch, making late tackles, bad mistakes. He was just not good even on the ball. So I don't know what is happening with our players. I don't know what is happening with senior players. Parker, I don't know why he remained in the game for such a long time. I don't know. I was happy when the coach removed Manyama, because he had just disappeared in that game. Just went AWOL. Just went AWOL. And we're noting the fact that Manyama has been going AWOL in the past few games. Manyama just disappears in the game. It drowns into the game. So it's very huge questions. Maybe I thought maybe it's because he's playing on the side, because normally he plays in the central of the park. Doesn't play on as a wing. But it disappeared. But I have problems with Park. I have problems with Katsane. That's my negative. First negative. And their senior players for what they're doing, for the performance they showed us against a new TS Galaxy team was very bad. The second negative is the coach. I know I said in a previous video that let's support the coach, let's support the team, but the coach, the lineup of the coach was bad. It was bad, and I don't know what is the coach trying to do. I suspect, this is my suspect, I suspect that the coach wants to play everyone. All these strikers, tried Gambole, tried Castro, now he's trying Parker. So that he shows, maybe his plan is to expose Parker. That Parker is a fossil. Parker is a fossil, my brother. Parker is a fossil, my sister. Parker is old, he's a dinosaur for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know why he's still playing. I don't know why he's still playing. I don't know why he must continue playing. To me, yes, he can have those bad, good games and all that, but we need to give the young ones a chance. We can't afford to have old fossils, old guys, you know, dinosaurs playing for us when there's young players there that are supposed to be given a chance. I think young players must be given a chance. That's what I think. And that's the coach. His selection was bad today. His selection was a mess today. As much as, yes, against Orlando Pirates, the selection was not so much of a mess. Yes, it was an issue of the players not showing up. In this game against TS Galaxy, is the coach. His selection was a mess. And was very frustrated outside, very frustrated on his players, but it was a mess. It's him who put those players there. And he has to take the blame. He's saying we're missing chances and all that. That's nonsense. To me, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. His lineup was a nonsense in this game. The third one is fullbacks. Even though they improved in the second half, because I've been saying that we have issues with our fullbacks or our left back and right back. Zulu, Muliko was bad. To me, they were easily, penetrated. They don't go forward, but at the same time, even when they remain, they don't do the job. That's what I asked myself. Muliko was late, has a late tackle. Yes, we can blame Mato in that tackle, and then commits a penalty, but caught off position most of the time, caught off balance most of the time. Zulu received the ball. I don't know if you watched Zulu in this game. Second half improved very, very much. First half, when he received the ball, he passes Ngobo. Regardless whether Ngobo is marked, whether he's not good, Ngobo and Billiard. Every time he just passes them. Every time he just moves the ball straight. You can't look for options. The team was just bad. And the right back and the left back, to me, they were a serious problem. They are not going forward, but they are not doing their job in terms of marking. So that's the issue with me. There's a time in the second half where a TS Galaxy player, they pass him, he relaxes, allows the ball to pass, he relaxes, he thinks it's offside, he checks the lineman, he realizes that is not offside. Next to Muliko, then he goes to fetch the ball. The time he relaxes to fetch the ball, Muliko is there. Goes to fetch the ball, Muliko goes to mark him, and then that player just easily passed Muliko. Luckily, Mato was there. The energy from the left back and the right back is of a huge problem. I think it's good we must start Sussman and Frosler. Or it's fine. Moliko, to me, I give Moliko a chance. It's first games, we understand. But we can't afford that performance in game in and game out. The fourth thing is the entire team, the body language of the team. I said in my previous video that we support the team, understand how capable they are, but we expect them to give a fight back. That's where I am. I'm not expecting them to win all games, more especially against big teams, but we expect to see the energy. To be honest, there is no fight back. There's no fighting in that team. There's no fighting spirit. The coach is frustrated outside, shouts at them, but there's no fighting. I want to draw your attention into just few incidents. If you want to check the fighting spirit of the team. The first half, on the side of Zulu, for throw-ins, Nobo attempted to do 2 or 3 throw-ins, because Zulu is standing there at the back, is not coming to do a throw-in, to make a throw-in. Throw-ins, people that are designated for throw-ins is the right back and the left back. When the ball goes out, TX Galaxy is still off position. Our winger must throw in the ball. Second half, there was a point where Billiard was even the one throwing in, doing throw-ins. Really, it speaks to the fighting spirit of the team. When we have a foul, then there's a foul against us, and the team we're playing against is still off position. You know what Kaizer Chiefs players do? They just leave the ball there, let the ball there. They don't do quick restart so that we can catch them off guard. No, that thing is not happening at all. I don't know if you were watching. Billiard was doing throw-ins. Ngobo was attempted to do 2 throw-ins because people are not coming in. When it's free kicks, players are just walking. There's no fighting spirit. That's where my concern is. I have a very serious concern with these guys and their performance. Their spirit is very low. The talent we're not doubting. I don't doubt the talent, except of the fossils, of course. But these ones that are there that still have the energy, but are not, putting their bodies on the line, it's just embarrassing. It's just bad and frustrating, and it's not good for the team. On the positives, we must have positives. I always stress the fact that let us have positives. We cannot just see all negatives in the team. It doesn't happen like that, of course. We didn't lose the game. We considered the penalty. We're very lucky not to lose the game, to be honest. But I have few positives. The first positive is Zulu. I know people are saying we don't know what Zulu is doing in the game, but second half, Zulu improved a lot. Was making crosses, even though sometimes, just makes them too early. Sometimes they are just too early, but made crosses. In fact, it created a lot of goal-scoring positions, Zulu, in the second half, on the left-hand side. Improved, and we need to give credit. When someone improves, has a bad game and improves on the second half, that's a positive for me. The second one is Akpay. Yes, we want Kune to play, but Akpay showed up. Akpay is a number one. Is showing that he's a number one. To me, comfortable on the ball. Akpay had more accurate passes than many players there. Than Katsande, than Manyama, than Parker. Akpay was the best passer in our game. And that just speaks to the performance of our players. But to be honest, credit to Akpay, he did perform well. Did come out. There was a point where there's gonna be a goal. Our defense is stretched, is breached. Just comes out, he makes those saves. Akpay was good for me. Positive, because obviously in the last game, coming from the Orlando Pirates game, he had a very bad game. This one was positive for me. I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy with his passing game. He's the only guy who was trying to pass at the back. So, positive for him. Another one, the last positive, because I have 3 positives, is the fighting spirit of Billiard. As much as I can criticize the fighting spirit of many players, Kama Billiard is fighting. Making throw-ins, corner kicks, free kicks, runs. Even though sometimes he makes bad decisions. When you make bad decisions, obviously, when you are the only one fighting. But Kama Billiard, to me, is a positive. But the concern is that he's not going to give this 100% performance forever. If we're not scoring, it's not going to happen. If we're not winning, if he's the only one giving the energy in that team, we're going to struggle. He's going to drop as well. He's going to drop. Billiard is going to drop. But it was a positive this time around. I give it to him. He's one guy that has been fighting for the team. I think it deserves the credit. It deserves to be given a credit. Anyway, that's all from me. If you enjoyed the video, let us share the video, let us like, let us comment. Otherwise, thank you very much. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with our performance with 1 point, but it is what it is. We cannot fight over milk that is on the ground. We can't do that. We need to dust ourselves, go to the Orlando Pirates game. We should pray God help us. Going towards the Orlando Pirates game, let us pray that God help us. To be honest, there's no coming back. That team can't score against TS Galaxy. It couldn't score against Chipa United. That team won't score even a goal against Orlando Pirates. So we hope, if there was a chance to forfeit the game, I was going to recommend we forfeit that game. But let's go there. I doubt they're going to give it a fight, because I thought they would give a fight against this team, but they didn't. So I doubt they're going to give it a fight. I hope the coach will try and minimize the embarrassment against Orlando Pirates. Other than that, thank you very much. If you enjoyed, let's comment. Let me hear how you saw the game. Thank you very much. That's it from me.